Jamaica has, over the years, attracted millions of foreigners to its shores. Many come as tourists, enjoy the wonderful hospitality, and go home with pleasant memories. And then there are those who come for relaxation and just go gung ho about the island and never leave. John Rollins, a business tycoon, politician, and philanthropist from the United States, and his wife Michele Rollins were two of those. They came to Jamaica in the 1960s and fell in love with the island. I had the privilege and honor of talking with John Rollins and his wife at their home in St. James back in the 1980s, 29 years after their arrival in the island. Mr. Rollins, how long have you been associated with Jamaica?
This November, 29 years.
My goodness, so you should get your Jamaican citizenship, man.
Well, I feel like I've had it a long time. I came here in 1960, but I just finished campaign for governor of Delaware. I'd served as lieutenant governor. I came down here to rest, and I made a promise to my people that I wouldn't get involved in anything in Jamaica, and I wouldn't do any kind of development. But
Why you changed your mind?
well, actually, I fell in love with the country and the people, and they came to me, the government came to me, said, we don't have a convention hotel. Will you build, or will you help us build it? So we ended up building the Rose Hall Holiday Inn.
When you came here, you looked at Rose Hall Great House in ruins, and people would wonder why you want to buy Rose Hall Great House, spend so much money, $2.5 million to refurbish it. What made you do that?
Well, actually, I looked at Rose Hall Great House, and I thought, I really love history, and I thought about what splendor that had been down here in Jamaica when we were on dirt floors in the United States. Mr. Rollins immersed himself in the Jamaican economy, working across political lines over the many years that he worked in Jamaica, particularly in the parish of St. James. As they would say, he put his money where his mouth is. Well, actually, what happened when it really wasn't a part of the negotiation, but afterwards, when we finished our negotiation, they said, well, we know that you are interested in the lower, and I told them I was interested in the lower income, and I said that it has to be something that we can everybody work together and see that we provide the house, and so we gave the whatever company they designated, I don't know what that is now.
UDC.
Yeah, we gave them 700 acres of land.
There, is that the Lilliput Barrett Town?
Yeah, Lilliput Barrett Town, and where the squatters are and everything, because I felt that I'd like to see something worked out and some sort of workable solution. That we'd tried several times on giving away lots, and we did the Barrett Town house, and we gave the lots for that. We gave the
SOS Trans Village.
We gave 100. We gave the land for the SOS Village. We gave 100 lots around to our people that had worked for us and to other people. But this has to be a development. Has to be a planned development, and you have to have the infrastructure in the development, and you have to have you're going to have your sewage, and you're going to have a lot of things like that. And which my ambition is to see that we have, when we build these additional hotels and we build these additional things, that we don't have to have workers commute 60 miles. Mrs. Rollins, a former Miss USA, Michele Metrinko, went on to become the chair of Rollins Jamaica Limited and continues to make her mark on her adopted home, Jamaica. By the way, I must tell you that she was a finalist in the Miss World competition when our own Jamaican girl, Carol Joan Crawford, won the Miss World title that year. Mrs. Rollins has brought her beauty and charm to the Jamaican side of her husband's business. Rollins, I think that part of your pet is going to be the palms and the aviary, and I think that the gardening, the whole Rose Hall development
Could you expand a little bit for us how you proceed
Well,
with this?
the Palms has always been my baby, and my husband accuses me of that being like a private guest home. He says we have $1 million in amenities there and 18 rooms. But we had stopped building when tourism had slowed down several years ago, and we are now in the process of restructuring that plan. We'll have 240 rooms. When it's completed, they are condominiums designed by Edward Durrell Stone. That's separate, though, from the Rose Hall Great House, which is also my baby.
Yes. What
And
you're planning
that's
to
where
do?
we're doing the aviary and the arboretum and the flowers and spices. We're going to do a theme park out on the front as you look down onto the water.
What should we see in that theme park? What is it going to depict?
The theme park will be connected with a museum and an entire history of Jamaica, either through the crafts with people actually doing the crafts on site. The museum will depict the history, historical figures, some of the things that someone visiting Jamaica really should see and know about the Jamaican heritage, which is so proud and beautiful.
And with the sincere interest of bringing in foreign investors, that we will be amazed at what's accomplished in the next few years.
Sadly, we lost John Rollins in the year 2000. But his widow, Mrs. Rollins, continues the philanthropy and the work both she and her late husband started in the 1960s in Jamaica, with her involvement in the arts, social programs at the SOS Village, tourism, and other business endeavors in the island. John and Michele Rollins, just two of the many people who have come to Jamaica, fell in love with Jamaica, in fact, what John Rollins calls the Splendor of Jamaica, and did something to contribute to it. They stirred hope, encouragement, and upliftment.